Hey, welcome. Welcome to our 2016 Mets replay. And it's going to be Adam Wainwright versus Logan Verrett. Verrett was 3 and 8 with a 5.20 ERA, while Wainwright had an off year, was 13 and 9 with a 4.62 ERA. And we're right about to get started. It's going to be Greg Garcia, Aledmys Diaz, and Stephen Piscotty for the Cardinals. And here goes the first pitch. And it's a 3-8, and that's a line drive base hit for Garcia. Garcia's on at first. Diaz next. It's a ground ball to the second baseman, who flips to the shortstop back to first. Not in time. Fielder's choice. So Diaz is on. One away. Piscotty. It's a fly ball, center field. Center fielder Conforto squeezes it. 2 away. And it's a 6-5 off Verrett. A 6-5, and that's a swing and a miss. Holiday goes down on strikes for the third out. And we go to the bottom of the first. No score. Mets coming to bat. For the Mets, it's going to be Granderson leading off. Granderson is the right fielder. Then he's followed by Asdrubal Cabrera, the shortstop, and then it's Yoenis Cespedes, the left fielder. Here's the pitch from Adam Wainwright. It's a 4-7. That's off Wainwright's card, and that's ball 4. So Granderson reaches on a walk, and it's Cabrera now. And that's a 4-2, and that's a fly ball lifted to left. Left fielder is Holiday. He's there. 1 away. Yoenis Cespedes. That's a 4-11. 4-11 is a ground ball right back to Wainwright. Wainwright is a 2, and that's a 17. 2-17, and that's a ball that Wainwright goes to second and back to first. It's a 1-6-3 double play. And the Cards are out of the inning. We go to the top of the second, no score. In the top of the second, it's going to be Matt Adams. Matt Adams batted .249 with 16 home runs in 297 at-bats. And here's the pitch from Verrett. 6-7. That's going to be a split die, triple-double. And that's going to be into the gap. And into second standing is Adams. Leadoff double for Adams here in the top of the second inning. No score between the Mets and the Cards. This is game 3 of a 3-game series. Mets and Cards have split it so far. And it's Jed Jerko with Adams on at second base. Say 4-3. That's a fly ball right field X. Our right fielder's a 3, and that's a 14. A 14 is going to be a catch, so Granderson makes the catch. 1 away. Next is Yadier Molina. It's 1-11, and that's a line drive base hit, and they're going to wave Adams around. Nope, they're going to hold Adams up at third. So it's a single, and runners at the corners, and it's Tommy Pham. Tommy Pham batted .226 with 9 home runs. Here's the pitch from Verrett. And it's a 5-5. A 5-5 is a deep drive to center field. Back goes the center fielder Conforto to the track, to the wall. He looks up. That's out of here. 3-run home run for Tommy Pham. Hey there, Ken. Mets fans are not happy. And I bet you that Verrett wants that pitch back. 3-run home run. The Cards lead it now by a score of 3-0 here in the top of the second, with only 1 out. It's the pitcher up now, Wainwright, who's a pretty good hitter in his own right. Batted .210 with 2 home runs and 7 doubles and a triple. It's pretty good for a pitcher. 62 at bats. Here's the pitch to Wainwright, 1-7, and that's popped up. On the right side, second baseman Walker, out number 2. The inning started with a double by Adams. Hey there, Al. How are you, man? Started with a double by Adams, a single by Molina. It was runners on first and third, and then came up Tommy Pham, and he creamed one into the center field seats. Okay, it's going to be Greg Garcia. 2 outs here in the top of the second. It's a 4-7, and that's ball 4. So Garcia walks here with 2 outs. Diaz, 6-7, and that's a split die again. And the Mets bullpen is going. It's a 13. That's going to be a double. And Garcia is going to be waved around. Here's the throw, and he's going to be safe. So it's an RBI double by Garcia. And it's 4-0 now, Cardinals here in the top of the second. And it's Piscotty. Piscotty's 0 for 1. He flied out to center in his first at bat. See if Verrett can get the third out. It's going to be a 3-7 off Piscotty's card. That's a ground ball right at Cabrera. Feels it. And that's out number 3. But the Cards pick up 4 big runs on 1, 2, 3 hits, 4 hits, and a walk. And they lead at 4-0 going to the bottom of the second. The bottom of the second is going to be Loney, Walker, and Flores against Adam Wainwright. Here's a pitch to Loney. It's a 5-7. And that's a split die. 1-7 is a hit. And it's a 9. So that's going to be a line out to the first baseman, Adams. 1 away. And it's Walker next, Neil Walker. Neil Walker hit 23 home runs and batted .282 in 2016. Say 6-8. And that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, Garcia, who's a 3, and that's a 14. And that's he boots it. So error on Garcia. Walker's on at first. 1 away. Wilmer Flores. Wilmer Flores hit 16 home runs, batted .267. And it's a 6-6. And that's a line drive base hit. Stopping at second is Walker. First and second, 1 out here. So the Mets have something going, and it's Michael Conforto. He's back in the lineup after a period of absence due to some injuries. But he looks to be healthy now. It's a 6-9, and that's a ground ball to second base. Both runners are going to advance. Second and third now. So the Mets have an opportunity to pick up 2 here with a single. Hey there, man. Everybody's awake. Goodness gracious. Itinerant hobbyist. Everybody's awake. I figured everybody'd be asleep by now. I'm surprised I'm up. I was watching the Yankee game, went into extra innings, 14 innings. d'Arnaud. Travis d'Arnaud, 2 outs Runners on second and third. And they're going to walk Darno to get to Verrett, or Verrett. And the bases are loaded now for the pitcher. Pitcher's I believe it's a what? It's a 2 hitting card. And actually it should be a 1 hitting card. There you go. And here's the pitch. It's a 4-4. 4-4 is a fly ball lifted to right. Right fielder's Piscotty. He's there for out number 3. So the Mets leave the bases loaded in the bottom of the second, and they're behind by 4 runs, 4-0, going to the top of the third. In the top of the third, it's going to be Holiday, Adams, and Jerko. See if Verrett can settle down now. That's a 3-11. 3-11 is a ground ball to second baseman Walker. Feels it. 1 away. Adams. It's a 3-5. And that's a swing and a miss. He goes down on strikes. Out number 2. And it's Jed Jerko. Jerko hit 30 home runs and 400 at-bats. So that's about 15 home runs every 200 at-bats. So he would have had another... If he would have hit... Had he had 600 at-bats, he would have had about 45 home runs. So he's got pretty decent power. Say 2-7. 2-7, that's a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Verrett. And that's the third out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the third. 4-0 Cards. Cards leading the Mets here in Flushing, Queens. You can see LaGuardia Airport from here. And it's Granderson leading it off. Say 3-10. See what that is, a 3-10. It's a ground ball right at the second baseman, Garcia. 1 away. And it's Asdrubal Cabrera. Cabrera's 0 for 1. He's flied out in his first at bat. It's a 5-10. It's a ground ball shortstop X. It's Diaz, 16. He's a 3. And a 16 is an out. So Diaz throws out Cabrera. And it's Cespedes. Cespedes 0 for 1. He grounded into a 1-6-3 double play in the first inning. And that's going to be a 3-6. A 3-6 is a swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Cespedes for the third out. Go to the top of the fourth now. It's going to be Molina, Pham, and the pitcher spot, Wainwright. Here's the pitch to Molina, who is 1 for 1. He singled and scored a run. And that's a 4-8. A 4-8 is a split die. And that is launched to deep center field. Back goes Conforto to the track, to the wall. He looks up. That's gone. Home run. Yadier Molina. Run number 5. So Molina's 2 for 2 now. And that looks like it's going to be all for Verrett. Logan Verrett is done for the day. And, yep, he goes yard. You know, we would have liked to get a few more innings out of Verrett, but it doesn't seem to be possible here. And it's going to be Hansel Robles. Hansel Robles coming in. And he's going to pitch to Pham, Wainwright, and Garcia here in the top of the fourth inning, excuse me. All right, Hansel Robles to Tommy Pham. Tommy Pham has hit a 3-run homer in his first at bat. And that's a 6-5. A 6-5 is a strikeout. Out number 1. Wainwright up next. The pitch to Wainwright. It's a 4-7. It's a ground ball second baseman. He's a 3, and that's a 13. And that's going to be an out. So Walker throws out Wainwright for out number 2, and it's going to be Garcia now, top of the order for the Cards here in the top of the 4th. The Cards lead it by a score of 5-0. Game 3 of a 3-game series, played July 27th, 2016, 5-9. It's going to be off Robles, and a 9 is a swing and a miss. Diaz goes down on strikes. Go to the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th, it's going to be Loney, Walker, and Flores. Here's the pitch from Wainwright. Say 2-7. Say ground ball right at the third baseman, Jerko. Throws out Loney by a step. Neil Walker. 2-10. That's a fly ball lifted to left. Holiday. 2 away. And Flores. Flores is 1 for 1. Say 1-5. And that's a line drive base hit for Wilmer Flores, who's now 2 for 2 on the day. 2 singles for Wilmer. He was signed by the Mets when he was 16 years old. And it's Michael Conforto with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Wainwright. That's going to be a 1-10. Conforto has good power, and he lifts that deep center field. Back goes the center fielder Pham to the track and makes a nice running catch. The Mets leave 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. And we go to the top of the 5th. It's 5-0 Cards. It's going to be Diaz, Piscotty, and Holiday against Robles. Say 4-11. And that's ball 4. So Diaz is on with a walk. Stephen Piscotty. Piscotty's 0 for 2, flied out and grounded out. Say 2-6 now, and that's ball 4. So back-to-back walks allowed by Hansel Robles here in the top of the 5th inning. There's action in the Mets bullpen, and it's Matt Holliday. It's going to be a 6-10. A 6-10 is a ground ball to the third baseman, X. Our third baseman is a 4. So that's a 2. And that's going to be a single into left. And it's going to be at least 1 run scores. RBI single, and Piscotty goes to third. So Matt Holliday with an RBI single. And that looks like it's going to be all for Robles. So it's going to be, let's see, we got a lefty coming up. It's going to be Bastardo. Bastardo is going to face Adams, Jerko, and Molina. All right, Bastardo's in there. Let's see what happens. Matt Adams, runners on first and third. Infield's in for the Mets now. It's going to be a 3-8. A 3-8 is off Adams' card, and that's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. And it's Jerko. Infield is still in for the Mets. Runners on first and third. And it's a 3-7. And that's going to be lifted deep to left field. And let's see, that's a split die. Back goes the left fielder, the Met left fielder, Cespedes, to the track, to the wall, and that's out of here. 3-run home run for Jed Jerko. And I know that Bastardo wishes he had that pitch back. And that's 4 more runs here. So the Cards lead it by a score of 9-0 in the top of the 5th. This is past the point of no return. This is pretty ugly here. You're looking at a Romero-esque type of zombie film with lots of blood and guts. It's ugly, folks. And it's going to be Molina against Bastardo. And it's a 1-8. And that's a line drive base hit for Molina. Molina's 3 for 3 now. Bastardo to Pham. Pham is 1 for 2. He homered and struck out. Say 1-9. And that's going to be a line drive base hit for Tommy Pham. Stopping at second is going to be Molina. So there's only 1 out here. And it's going to be Adam Wainwright. Pitch from Bastardo, 3-5. And that's going to be a split die hit. And that's going to be in the gap. It's going to roll to the wall. Second base standing is Wainwright. Scoring is Molina. Stopping at third is going to be Pham. Second and third now. RBI double for Wainwright against Bastardo. And that's going to be all for Bastardo. Pitching change. It's going to be Eric Goodell now. Score is 10. 10-0 in the top of the 5th. Let's see if we can find Goodell, and Goodell can get the Mets out of this ugly jam. Eric Goodell was 2-2 with a 4.54 ERA. And it's going to be the top of the order now. Greg Garcia. Garcia's 1 for 2. Singled, walked, scored a run, and struck out. Here's the pitch to Garcia, 1-4, and that's a fly ball lifted to right field. Granderson a few steps over and makes the catch for out number, and that's going to be a sac fly. And in comes Pham with the 6th run of the inning. And that's out number 2. So Wainwright stays at second. And it's going to be Diaz. Diaz is 1 for 2 today. He hit into a fielder's choice, doubled, and then walked and scored a run. It's going to be Aledmys Diaz. Here's the pitch from Goodell. It's a 1-5, and that's lifted to center field. Conforto, out number 3. But the Cards pick up 6 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits and 2 walks. And they now lead it by a score of 11-0. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be Michael Conforto. I'm sorry, it's going to be Travis d'Arnaud. Travis d'Arnaud, De Aza. And then the top of the order, Granderson. Okay, here's Travis d'Arnaud, the pitch from Wainwright. Say 3-10. That's going to be a line drive base hit for Travis d'Arnaud. So d'Arnaud is on at first with a single. Next is going to be De Aza playing center field for the Mets. He was part of a double switch. So De Aza let's say 2-9, a 2-9. It's going to be a fly ball lifted to center. Pham is there. out number 1. Granderson is up, and he's 0 for 1. He walked and grounded out. Curtis Granderson batted .237, hit 30 home runs in 2016. His on-base percentage was .335, so about 100 points higher than his batting average. Here's the pitch, and it's 3-9, and that's a swing and a miss. Granderson goes down on strikes for out number 2. That's strikeout number 2 for Wainwright. And it's Asdrubal Cabrera, number 13. And it's Cabrera's 0 for 2, flat out and grounded out. And it's a 4-8. A 4-8 is a strikeout, third strikeout, and third out of the inning. We go to top of the 6th. And it's going to be Piscotty, Holiday, and Adams against Eric Goodell. A 5-7. And that's going to be ball 4. So Piscotty walks. Matt Holiday. Fly ball lifted to left field. Cespedes is there. 1 away. Matt Adams next. Matt Adams is 1 for 3. Say 6-12. That's going to be a ground ball right back to Goodell. He feels his position. No, he decides to go to second, gets the fielder's choice. So that's Adams on at first now. And it's Jed Jerko. Jerko's 1 for 3, hit a 3-run home run in the, what was that? The 5th inning. Here's the pitch to Jerko, and it's 4-11. That's ball 4. So 2 outs, runners on first and second now. Adams is at second, Jerko's at first, and it's Molina, Yadier Molina. Molina is 3 for 3. He singled twice and homered. That's a 6-8 off of Goodell's card. And that's going to be a fly ball lifted to center field. Conforto's there. Squeezes it for the 3rd out. So the Cards leave 2 here in the top of the 6th. And they lead it by a score of 11-0. Bottom of the 6th is going to be Cespedes, Loney, and Walker for the Mets against Adam Wainwright. 6-6. That's a line drive base hit for Yoenis Cespedes. James Loney now. Say 4-6. And that's a strikeout. Loney goes down on strikes. Out number 1. Next is Walker. Neil Walker. Say 5-5. Say swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 out. And Wilmer Flores. Flores is 2 for 2. He singled twice. And that's going to be a 6-8. 6-8. It's going to be a ground ball to the second base. He's a 3, and this is we roll a 5. And that's going to be a fielder's choice or a force out. Garcia takes it himself for out number 3. We go to the top of the 7th, and it's 11-0 Cards. And the top of the 7th is going to be Pham, Wainwright, and Garcia. Here's the pitch from Goodell. It's 3-7, and that's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 out. Adam Wainwright. Wainwright is 1 for 3. He doubled and drove in a run. And it's 4-9. That's going to be lifted to deep right field. Oh, wrong one. And that's gone. Home run, Adam Wainwright. So even Adam Wainwright gets into the action here, putting one over the fence for run number 12. Adam Wainwright got a hold of one. And it's Greg Garcia now. There's only one out here in the top of the 7th. 12-0 Cards. 6-8. 6-8 is going to be a fly ball lifted to center. 2 outs. And Aldemis Diaz. That's a 2-6. And that's going to be a split die. And that's going to go all the way to the wall. It's going to rattle around out there, around second. And going for third is Diaz. Here's the relay, and he's safe under the tag. A triple, a 2-out triple for Aldemis Diaz. He's got a double and a triple now, and he's 2 for 4. Stephen Piscotty. Piscotty's 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Say 3-7. It's a ground ball right at Cabrera. Over to first, and that's the 3rd out. But the Cards pick up 1 on the Wainwright home run here in the top of the 7th, and they now lead it 12-0. So I don't know if this is what you call a shellacking. All right, it's going to be the pitcher spot, and that's going to be it for Goodell today. And let's see if Lugo's around. I'm not sure if Lugo's around. If he is around, he'll be coming in. But I don't know that he is. I think he started Blevins. I don't see Lugo anywhere. All right, so next pitcher will be Addison Reed. Addison Reed will come in for an inning or two. We'll see what happens. Pinch hitter for the Mets. It's going to be Johnson, Kelly Johnson. You know what? Juan Lagares. Juan Lagares is gonna come in and bat. So it's going to be Lagares for Dell in the bottom of the 7th. Here's a pitch to Lagares. It's a 4-7, and that's a walk. Wainwright walks Lagares on 4 pitches. And next is going to be Travis d'Arnaud. Here's a pitch to d'Arnaud. It's 2-4. That's be a hard hit ground ball right at Diaz. He flips to Garcia, back to Adams. And it's a 4-6-3 double play. 2 outs now. Alejandro De Aza. A 1-6. And that's a fly ball lifted to right. And right is Piscotty. That's right. That's funny. Yeah, that's the 3rd out. Fly ball to right field. Piscotty there. And that's it for the bottom of the 7th for the Mets. And it's 12-0. Go to the top of the 8th. It's Matt Holliday. Matt Holliday in the game today is 1 for 4. In 2016, he batted .246 with 20 home runs. Played with the Yanks last year and made it all the way to the division finals. Didn't play all that much. I don't know if Girardi was very enamored with Matt Holliday. All right, so here's the pitch from Addison Reed. Reed is going to be probably our next to last pitcher. We're running out of colors to color in the score sheet. It's a 4-7. A 4-7 off Reed's card is a 1-8 single. Otherwise, it's a line out, and that ball is lined and caught by the first baseman, Loney. So it's an L3, 1 away, and it's Matt Adams next. $12-0 the score. Cards are up. We're in the top of the 8th. Say 4-5. We're going to look at we're going to look off of Addison Reed's card. A 4-5. That's going to be a split die base hit into the gap, and that's going to roll to the wall for a double. Adams stops at second with a double. Next is going to be Jerko. Jerko is 1 for 3 with a 3-run home run and a walk. Here's a pitch from Reed. It's a 2-8, and that's a hard hit ground ball right at Cabrera. He flips to Walker, back to Loney. 6-4-3 to end the inning. Excuse me. And we go to bottom of the 8th now. This will be the top of the order for the Metropolitans. We are in Flushing, Queens, at Citi Field. Most of the crowd is gone by now. They've been filing out since the middle of the 6th inning. Probably headed towards Manhattan. It's going to be Granderson, who's 0 for 2. Cabrera 0 for 3, and Cespedes 1 for 3. And the dice goes flying. It's a 4-9. It's going to be off Wainwright, and that's a split die, and that's swung on and hit deep, and that ball is going to go off the wall and hustling into second. Here's the throw, and Granderson has got himself a leadoff double. And it's going to be Cabrera now. So the Mets are mounting a comeback here in the bottom of the 8th inning with a leadoff double, down 12-0. 3-6. And that ball is in the gap. And that's going to be Granderson comes in to score, and Cabrera stops at second with an RBI double. So back-to-back doubles give the Mets their first run. It's 12-1 now. And we're going to get a pinch hitter for Cespedes. And that's going to be... You know what? We're going to let Cespedes bat because we're going to need a pinch hitter for the pitcher. And I don't know how many we have left. So, I'm going to let Cespedes bat. Here's the pitch from Wainwright to Cespedes. It's a 5-8. A 5-8 is a split die, and that's sent out into the gap, and that's going to roll to the wall, and Cespedes with a double. So that's 3 doubles to start off the bottom of the 8th inning, and there's now action in the Cardinal bullpen. So it's back-to-back-to-back doubles. Granderson, Cabrera, and Cespedes. And it's James Loney. And it's 5-10. And that's a hard hit ground ball right at Diaz. X, he's a 3. That's a 15. And he boots it. Everybody's safe. Cespedes to third. Loney safe at first on the error by Diaz, and it's first and third, nobody out. And Walker, Neil Walker, batted .282 with 23 home runs, coming to the plate. And that's a 4-11 now, a 4-11. It's a ground ball right back to Wainwright, X. So 1. Wainwright is a 2. And that's under his glove and into center field. So scoring is Cespedes for the 3rd run. To second is Loney. And Walker has an RBI single. First and second now. And Flores the batter. And that's a 6-11. And that's a ground ball right to the first baseman, Adams. Both runners advance. And that's 3 unassisted for the first out. Next is going to be the pitcher spot. And that's going to be Kelly Johnson. So Johnson for Reed. Bottom of the 8th. Runners on second and third. Here's the pitch to Kelly Johnson. And that's a 5-4. It's a catcher's card, X. Our catcher's a 2. That's an 11. And that's a pass ball. So scoring is Loney. To third is Walker. And that's run number 4 of this inning. And Kelly Johnson is still batting. Here's the pitch to Johnson. It's a 3-8. And that's a hard hit ground ball right at Jerko. And holding is going to be Walker. Out number 2. Travis d'Arnaud, the batter, with 2 outs. Walker's at third. It's 12-4 the score here in the bottom of the 8th. Wainwright, the pitch. And that's a hard hit ground ball at Jerko over to first for out number 3. So the Mets pick up 4 runs on four hits and an error. And after 8, it's 12-4 Cardinals. We're in the top of the 9th. It's going to be Jerry Blevins. To Molina, Pham, and Wainwright. Stop. You going to play 17. Batting average is 214. All right. Jerry Blevins is coming in. He's a lefty. He was 4-2. Pretty good season. 2.79 ERA and 42 innings pitched. He's a lefty type specialist. You'll never see him go more than an inning. He's going to pitch to Molina, Pham, and Wainwright here in the top of the 9th. It's a game that's kind of out of reach. It's the Cardinals 12 and the Mets 4. So let's see, Molina. Molina is 3 for 4 on the day, 2 singles and a home run. A 3-run home run, I believe. No, it was a solo shot, excuse me. And it's going to be a 6-3 off Blevins. A 6-3 is a fly ball right field X. Granderson is out there, and that's a 6. He's a 3. And that's a catch. So Granderson gets to that one here in the top of the 9th. 1 away. Tommy Pham. Pham is 2 for 4, a 3-run home run and a single. He scored twice. Tommy Pham goes on to have an amazing season in 2017. And I'm generous with that term, amazing. He does bat 300, has an above-average season. 2-5, strikeout. Browns 4 and the Giants 0. Rookie pitcher build. That's the type of game I like. Low scoring. But I'm not getting that. So it's a 2-5 for Pham, and that's a strikeout. So that's out number 2 here. And it's going to be Wainwright. We're going to let Wainwright roll, because Wainwright loves to bat. And it's going to be off the pitcher's card, a 5-7, and that's a swing and a miss. Wainwright goes down on strikes for the 3rd out. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's 12-4 Cards. It's going to be De Aza leading off for the Mets. Alejandro De Aza, who batted 205, had 6 home runs. Here's the pitch. It's a 3-6, and that's strike 3. 1 out. So Wainwright trying to complete the game, something you don't see very often anymore. This is probably fantasy, really. Pitchers, if you get 4 innings out of them, you're lucky. Guys don't even go 5 innings anymore. I mean, their starters now are like long relievers. It's crazy. Never seen anything like it, man. I don't get it. And it's a 1-8. It's going to be off Curtis Granderson's card, and that's a swing and a miss. Granderson down on strikes. 2 out. And here's Asdrubal Cabrera with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. 12-4 Cardinals. And that's a 6-8. That's going to be off of Wainwright's card. And an 8 is a ground ball second base. Garcia's a 3. It's a 17. And it's going to be a roll again. My favorite play. 18. That's a roll again, I believe. And it is. And a 4. And that's going to be a ground ball fielded by Garcia over to first. Out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for Wainwright. He goes the complete game. Mets lose it by a score of 12-4. And their record falls to 56-44. This is after 100 games. So, hallelujah, this is the anniversary. Well, not an anniversary, but we've reached the 100-game point, right? We have 62 more games to go to finish the season. Cards hit home runs. Pham, 3-run homer. Molina, solo shot. Jerko, 3-run homer. And Wainwright got into the action with a solo shot as well. So very, very exciting. Mets were not able to connect with any round trippers, but they did hit 3 back-to-back doubles as their highlight of the game. Double by Granderson, double by Cabrera, and a double by Cespedes. Cespedes was 2 for 4 with an RBI. And the loss goes to Verrett. The win goes to Wainwright. And that's it. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks for stopping by, guys. And I'll be playing more games this weekend. So good seeing you, good talking to you, and I'll see you soon. Take care.